Hey, it says we have a healthy stream. It does. Did anybody else get the... All right, we're live, boys.
Hey, pass me a beer.
Look, at least promise me you won't drink. Alcohol always leads to trouble.
Hey, who wants to play Drink the Beer?
Right here.
You win.
All right, what do I win?
Another beer!
Just have a cup of coffee.
There it is.
Coffee?
Beer.
I'd kill for a beer.
Cheap
Chad's
beer and a
frozen.
sympathetic ear. Step right
Oh,
up.
son of a... Our hangout just ended, and we're still live streaming. So, hey, everybody, how you doing? We're going to get Chad back in.
Hey, oh.
Gotta love it. I don't know what happened.
Well, there is some technical difficulties. I like Chad's.
There
oh,
we
wait,
go.
his
Hey, we're
head just
back.
moved.
Oh, hey.
Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Hey, everybody, Bearded Up Podcast. Enduring a lot of technical shenanigans tonight. So,
I suspect sabotage.
sabotagery.
Or maybe just push the wrong button.
Nope, wasn't that. It was not my fault, bitch. Just shut your face. Bitch, better have my money. Okay, so yeah, tonight we were lucky enough to interview.
Tonight is special.
Tonight's special. We did it. We just got done doing an interview with. I keep wanting to say Greg. I don't know why.
That's next week.
That is next week.
3 beers.
I did. We did an interview with Grant Pauly from Three Sheeps. We meant to stream it, and it streamed to Twitch.
So we have a healthy
By
stream. We just
mistake.
streamed it in the wrong place.
Yeah, right. We just streamed to the wrong spot,
It streamed in the wrong
Three
hole.
sheeps out of
the
Sheboygan.
wrong hole. Jeez, that's not healthy at all. Yeah, Three Sheeps out of Sheboygan. Check tomorrow. It'll be up on the RSS feed and hopefully on the old YouTube. So
Yeah, we had a little bit of
Oh, show.
a little midwinter, late winter break.
a little bit.
Don't think we didn't plan it,
No,
but
it was Chad's fault.
Chad.
Well,
Came back strong with that interview though. Excited to get that
That
out
was
there.
fun, man. That was really fun. I like doing these interviews.
Well, and sort of in what's the word I'm looking for? In honor of Grant joining us, we do have a fun beer tonight. This is not new. I don't know if we have. I know we 18 or 17.
we reviewed both.
Both. Okay, so this is not going to be a normal one. We're not going to do
We're not going to do a review of it.
rules of engagement tonight. I
We're
did
just-
do some sniffing. I will tell our fans. There's been lots of sniffing, but we do
We
have
can definitely
Cuvée
do some
2018.
descriptions, though, 'cause it's a year old now, so.
I know, but it's hard. I mean,
I don't remember.
I couldn't tell you.
I'll tell you what I was
delicious.
going to say what I do know is it's fucking good.
I mean, I can tell our listeners here the Cuvée 2018 is, and I meant to ask Grant this. So a spoiler alert: we did not really talk about how they ultimately decide not only the beers that make up the Cuvée, but how they sort of get down to the percentage. Of
All right, we'll book them again.
Call him, Chad. Call him right now. But the 2018 is a 19% imperial stout that they put out, a 50% of another. It's a 19% of it aged in rye whiskey barrels, 50% of another imperial stout that's with toasted coconut aged in second year bourbon barrels.
Yummy.
25% a imperial black wheat with coffee aged in second use bourbon
going.
barrels,
Yeah, keep going. No, stop.
and to top it off,
Talk a little slower. Talk a little slower.
a 6%
Oh, baby.
Belgian style quad
Oh, that's awesome.
aged.
I won't
in-
talk nice to you and talk about fornicating with you.
Ages also in bourbon barrels. So a really interesting sort of composition for a yearly release that they do. Now,
nerdgasm.
Adam and I,
Cuvée blend.
my name is Chad. Adam and I have not been able to get our paws on a 19.
My name is Chad.
But I believe our good friend up there in Wisconsin has a 2019.
I do. have
So
a
when are you coming down here
2019.
so we can do a podcast with that?
And I will save it for you guys.
Hey guys, Chad here.
Yeah, baby.
He's going to bring down an empty bottle. He's like, well, here's the bottle.
Every time I'm out,
here.
if I see more bottles, I will. Come on.
Sorry.
Chad, you have the best intro. I'm
Yeah, no,
sorry.
it's really-
We're
come
just
on.
jealous, really.
Right.
It's so
I
funny.
mean, you got this.
It's Jake from
He's got
State Farm.
this, and I have really creepy.
My name is Adam.
that just gives me. I just get the willies.
You love it. You love it. It's like you like that hot breath on your neck. I know.
that really rapey hot breath.
My name is Adam, and I've had enough.
Sorry. Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead, Chad.
Chad. We'll let you go.
We'll mute ourselves.
My name is Chad.
I don't
Hey
even know.
guys, Chad here.
Okay. It's frozen. Stop. My hands are off. I won't touch the board.
Chad here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I have a bottle of 2019 Cuvée that will be shared with you guys. If I do find more bottles, I will buy them without question.
You don't even have to message
keep
me.
looking.
Just
Yeah,
just buy
yeah.
it. I
That's
will
what-
I keep looking.
pay for it. Give you an old fashioned. We will settle up.
It's, I mean, at $13 a bottle,
Well, she's a
half-
guy, so
half the price of. I mean, it's not a.
Still give a good old fashioned. I mean, that's an amazing price. $13.
Yeah, I paid $13.
I mean, for a little sneak peek, when we were talking to the Mr. Grant there, he mentioned how the 4-pack of Wolf is like what priced at 15 to 17.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, that's a fantastic value right there.
Yeah. It's nice.
Unless you go to Mars Cheese Castle, you're going to get.
Jeez.
Oh,
You're going to say that
They
see the
rip you
same
off
price
so
for
much.
$22.
Yeah.
What are you wearing?
But yeah, I am looking forward to trying that one. I don't know when I can get down there.
That felt really good.
it's the worst intro ever.
Maybe this weekend. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, this weekend.
This weekend, I could definitely hang out at least one night this weekend. I don't have any.
I don't even know what to push now. Which button? do
I
I
don't
push?
even know. He
There's
doesn't
so
know.
many sounds I can make right now.
How about I want to fornicate?
I won't talk nice to you and talk about fornicating with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talking about fornicating.
Let's talk
I can't even
about
say it.
fornicating
Fornicating with
What
you.
with you?
You know what?
You know what else we could do too? If you come down, Chad, we could just make it a Three Sheeps night.
You know what?
I'll bring over a 17 and an 18 veneration, and we can sit there and taste how much better 17 was.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a good idea too.
So we did an interview, like we
What's,
said, with
what
Grant
is the
tonight,
date this weekend?
and
20 seconds Friday.
Okay.
and I don't know how'd you guys feel about it. I mean, I thought it went really good. I mean, we've said, we like doing interviews. I think this is going to be our new kind of format. Just fuck the beer reviews. Let's just talk to beer people.
Yeah, I mean, I still think that we'll find our way to reviewing some beers, especially beers that are important to us. But
I don't care if you like it or not.
but the interviews, I mean, the people
It's
that we've
fun.
interviewed so far, it's fun. The beer community is just likes to talk, just likes to hang out.
Drink.
I mean, it's easy. Grant was a great guy. Great answers. Really sort of transparent with his thoughts. I really like the story of how Three Sheeps came to be.
Yeah.
And man, did he know his ingredients? Did he know what it took to get that thing off the ground?
I didn't
This
realize he
guy's
had like
doing everything.
a culinary, right? I guess not a culinary background, but a culinary interest, right?
Well,
Was that
Yeah,
more of it?
yeah,
An
definitely.
interest, an
culinary
inspiring interest.
Yeah.
Um,
which I think, I mean, that transfers nicely into
Absolutely.
brewing beer. I mean, obviously, we've got some fantastic beers that come out of that place,
Yeah, to get all the different flavors that
Yeah.
you're looking for,
and to be able to pull them out and
Yeah.
and present them the way he wants them to be presented. They do a great job. He was, he didn't pull any punches in the interview. I mean, it was I never felt like there was no question that was dodged. Everything that we asked was answered pointedly and assuredly. I mean, he just he was right on it. I mean, no hesitation. He knew he just knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. It was a good old.
I loved when we asked him briefly right at the end there about the sour, and the way he talked about it was like some creepy lab monster you got to watch at night, like it's gonna creep around and infect all your shit.
Yeah. So what has happened
Start of a horror movie.
is the breweries have to have a completely different setup for sours than for the beers. They can't brew it like they brew anything else.
Right.
Because they put that sour into the fermenter, right? And if you're making fresh coast, you'll put it in the fermenter, you'll clean that fermenter out, and then you're gonna put wolf in it, right? Or whatever you're gonna do next.
Whatever you're gonna do.
You can't do that with a sour. I mean, you can't. You have to scrub the fuck out of it, and even then, you have to just hope you got everything.
So what do most people do?
They have a separate. It's a
dedicated.
Those fermenters right there. Those are for sours.
Well, what happens if
nothing else goes
What
on?
happens if you're putting out sours and they're not selling well? Just taking it on the chin?
Or you like wash it a million times before you try to put something else in there. You put something in there that doesn't cost you much to try and make
You
sure.
just see how it comes out.
Yeah, because the risk with those sours and with those enzymes and everything, the cross contamination can just mess it up. There's been breweries that it's happened. It definitely has happened to where they've lost a whole brew and then some because of the cross contamination. So he's right. He's right to be wary of it. And I don't think the market's that huge for it. You know what I mean? Like they're doing really good without it. Like why risk it? And the sour market, while it's there,
It is
not that
niche.
large.
Niche.
Yeah.
Niche. Yeah. Yeah. I just I was just asking
they're
from
good though. I mean, they could definitely do it, but not the right way. Remember, like you said, like Chad.
the open air,
Chad-
like wild.
Yeah, like Chad pointed out, like do it the right way. And he's like,
Yeah, I mean, there's ways to make sours it's not a true sour. It's just by flavor.
By tossing in some sour into like the brute enzyme, you toss that in there and it'll sour the hell out of it.
But the real sours are like taking in like natural flavor, right? And they're breathing in.
That's one way to do it. That I think,
like they're open, right?
Yeah, they have open air fermenters that'll do it. Yeah,
Yeah. Like that's the traditional.
I think so. That's
process.
That's how they kind of found it by mistake. So yeah, this is
better than I remember. Not that I remembered it poorly, but I'm just in flavor heaven right out here.
I know, it's so good.
Flavor country. It's
I thought it was interesting. Go ahead, Chad.
I was gonna say I've been wanting to open it, but also dreading to open it at the same time.
Exactly.
Because this is it.
That's right. When you said today we were talking about what we're going to drink tonight, and I said, okay, I have this, and you're like, I have Cuvée 18 also, and I'm like, fuck. Fine.
I wasn't planning on this tonight.
I did not feel that way bringing mine over here, and I'll tell you why. As you know, and as the wife has some awareness of, I've been hoarding deliciousness in my basement. And
We'd like to
coolers.
emphasize the word whore.
Yeah, I've been hoarding delicious beers and
Is Trump turning our frogs gay?
separate coolers in my basement. But the thing is, like, I didn't, just through life and kids and jobs and this, that, and the other, like, I haven't had as many opportunities to share good beer with good beer friends as much as I had hoped. And I'm just like, when the opportunity came up tonight, I was almost excited to use it. I was like, I want to shoot one of these bullets. Let's get it going. Let's get it on.
My balls was hot.
And the other truth is my coolers are pretty much all full. So
And I just wanted to make
I'm out of room. I'd either buy a cooler or drink a beer.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, I was excited.
Yeah, I think I replied in the group that this night just got a whole lot better.
We did. You're like, yeah. You're like, whatever happens now, this is a good night.
What? Apparently, our dogs are just.
I like how your dogs take turns coming in here. We've had Bosley, Baylor,
All
and
of
now
them.
Bella.
I mean, Bosley's pretty much here. He's in the corner of the room.
He's. I mean, they're being good. It's just kind of funny. It's like dogs on parade.
Yeah.
Doggy rotation.
Pretty much.
Yeah, they're like tagging each other in.
How you doing? Good to see you. Yes. Well,
So we're gonna do the anniversary party, Three Sheeps, May 11th.
Please.
Yes.
I already got clearance.
I just put it on my calendar
because my wife wants to go. So.
Yeah. Beer. Scheduling. I mean, depending on what time you're going to go up there, Adam, I may have to drive separate, but I'm not going to miss it this year. I just may have to leave more like 1 o'clock, 1:30 as opposed to like 11.
Well, it goes from like 11 to 11, so.
Yeah, so it should be fine.
Yeah.
I just need to find out what my schedule is that's not released as of yet, and then I need to sync up with you guys so that I can have the most overlap in terms of hanging out with you guys there.
But I'm putting it on the calendar now. Just
Yeah, I put it on my calendar. But are you going to do an event?
Yes.
And send it out?
Yes.
Well, now it's going to be doubled up on my calendar. I'm going to have to go to this anniversary party twice.
Well,
My name is Chad.
I want that Chad there. I want you to talk like that, Chad. I need you to work on that voice. Chad, I've been doing more of my check-ins. My name is Chad.
I know.
Just cracks me up every time.
Yeah, I'll just start doing all my my tugboat videos in that voice.
Yeah, give him a tugboat update.
I saw
tugboat update is awesome. It's I mean it's not done, but all parts are made. It's a complete boat.
So it's almost tug time.
It's almost tug time.
It's not floatable yet.
It is floatable, sure.
It would float or it would not sink.
No, it's done. It's just not. I mean, I got to sand it and
If there was a zombie apocalypse and you had to quickly get away, could you rig it to start going and jump on and escape?
Well, I would need to throw a battery in it, but yes.
Okay, so sand.
And I could get away at 5 miles an hour.
Well, you'd be in the water. I don't think zombies can swim.
Hopefully, they're slow zombies.
Yeah, I'm excited. This next video I'm going to post is the one saying,
"Is this the mini tugboat?
All parts are done." Yeah.
So, what is the weight capacity? Like, how many of us?
No, one of us.
It says,
and only me by myself.
It wasn't a dig. I was wondering, can the three of us cruise around at 5 miles an hour?
No,
just drunk.
It'd be close.
Sit right back and you hear it. Tale of a faithful ship.
It says that it handles 2 adults and 2 kids.
I mean, I am a child, so
I don't think that understands what they're dealing with.
Here's my idea.
Oh shit!
Can you pull me in a little like raft?
You're on the right track here, Jake. What I'm thinking about
it is
doing
a tugboat.
Is one of 2 things: building a party barge.
That would be amazing.
I can push it around with, or building a floating
awesome.
tiki. Just build a floating tiki bar.
I mean, build like a little pontoon type platform that it can just pull.
Where it would either just be like a flat barge where we just put lawn chairs out on it.
Yeah.
Or I'll go out and do a tiki bar.
Yeah, I love it.
And then just push it around with a tug.
We'll put the Bearded House logo on the tiki bar.
That would be awesome. I got a Bearded House chub just envisioning this thing.
Pretty much. Oh. Sorry, I'm making an event here.
Jersey. All my other dogs just start barking for some reason. And Jersey's like, I want to go out.
There we go. Now we're there.
Well,
it's good fork and beer.
Is there anything going on in the beer world we should talk about?
I don't know. I was going to say, I mean, I could certainly...
I took a drink when you did that.
We could certainly discuss sports, but this isn't really a sessions or sports.
It's not.
I don't know what's going on in the beer world.
Beer.
I mean, other than... big beer companies fight over Iowa farmers in the aftermath of the Bud commercial.
Yeah.
It's just so funny how that backfired. Who were we talking to that was saying that InBev may come off of having so much of the goose produced in other places? Like they've realized now that
was
is that Kyle talking about that, or is that all the way back to when we were interviewing Josh? And
that was Josh, wasn't it?
Josh, like some of it might come back to Chicago.
Right, Chad?
Yes, I think it was Josh. Josh.
Josh.
I did see that some people I follow, Dan Bernstein on The Score, was talking about how his son is a big hockey player, ice hockey, and they were on a tournament, and they were in St. Louis for a hockey tournament that, he likes to make fun of St. Louis because it's just kind of a, I don't know if you'd call it a bit, but
it's a Chicago pastime.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great way of putting it. But he did mention that he took the free, I believe he said it was free, Budweiser tour. And that he said it was actually really impressive and really a lot of fun.
I would like to go to the Miller one up in Milwaukee.
I would as well.
I've heard they're really, we've been to the small ones. You got to see how the big ones operate. It's supposed to be pretty.
Well, and like you were talking with Carl, there's still, you got to tip your hat to being able to produce that type of volume at that level of consistency.
You said like I was talking to Carl?
Yes.
Who's Carl?
I don't know.
I'm thinking, wait, did I hear him? Or did
I think I combined Kyle and Grant into Carl. I meant to say our good friend Grant. Our acquaintance Carl? Grant from Three Sheeps. I'm going to say he's my friend because he's cool.
Carl.
That was so funny.
Carl. When you're talking to Lenny and Carl.
Well, I've been to Budweiser. I've done the Budweiser tour.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Was that recent?
No.
That's where he got his Budweiser tattoo.
Right on his ass?
Yeah, it's got the Budweiser bow right there.
This
Tramp
was
stamp.
not long
He'd
after
probably get a
Budweiser
Clydesdale or that dog. He loves that Bud dog. It's probably on his chest or his back. It's like, I'm sorry, Chad. Please go ahead.
No, that's fine.
Good Budweiser.
It was right after Budweiser came out with Shock Top as their answer to Blue Moon.
So maybe 12 years ago?
Yeah. It was quite a while ago.
Was that like early 2000s that happened? Am I wrong? 2000?
Mid 2000s.
2005,
5, 6, something like that.
Do you remember having an enjoyable experience?
Yeah, it was great. It was interesting. At the time, I didn't know any better, so I thought I was living in the shit, right? King shit right there, because, I was drinking Budweiser that was made that day after the tour. You get free beer after the tour.
Mm.
And
Bud.
I was good. It was good. I would love to do the Miller tour. I live right here.
I'll tell you, when I was a kid,
we keep saying shit. We don't do shit.
Those Budweiser frogs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Budweiser.
What
frogs.
do you want to do?
Well, when I grow up, I'd really like to. What do you mean? What I want to do?
Well, we're gonna do the Three Sheeps anniversary.
Yes. We still need to go to Crystal Lake Brewing.
Okay. Tell me a date.
We need to go to every brewery in Milwaukee.
Let's pick them one at a time and put it on a Google calendar.
Okay, we'll get to that.
If we do that, it'll happen.
Hey, did you guys hear about, speaking of news, did you hear about this? We have Mr. Sailor Man here.
Mr. Sailor.
I want like a Popeye tattoo on Chad.
I was telling you, you want a Popeye tattoo with Chad's face on Popeye, right? That's what you want.
I'm not sure what you meant, but yes.
Whatever. Chad, did you hear about that 1886 shipwreck they found?
No, I haven't heard any shipwreck news in about 2 or 3 weeks.
I think it's New York. Off of New York, they salvaged a shipwreck from 1886 that still had a beer on it.
Like a keg?
They didn't specify the amount. Anyway, there's a brewery in New York that's working with one of the universities there to harvest the yeast and make a beer from this yeast from an 1886 bottle of beer.
Because it's going to be good?
No, I don't know. It's interesting. St. James Brewery in Holbrook, Long Island.
I think that's an opinion, but
yeah,
I just found an article about it. Yep.
Yeah, they've been holding off announcing publicly until they had yeast to work with. And I guess he's saying now it's ready, so I guess they have the yeast now. I guess it's a good yeast. So,
did you say the name of the brewery already?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, that's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, cool story, bro.
St. James Brewery.
Yeah.
Cool. Story.
Awesome. I have. I usually usually get Google updates about shipwrecks being found, but I have not heard of it.
Of course you do. Oh, Chad, you're awesome.
Doo-doo-doo. Oh, honey, another shipwreck was found. Look at that.
That's fascinating. There was that one on the east side of Lake Michigan a couple months ago. That's really cool. I mean, that they knew it was there, but it just washed up.
Is it wash or washed?
Washed.
It's worse.
That's what my dad would say, washed.
Yeah.
We keep having to tell him, Dad, there's no R. Washed.
I gotta let Jersey out. She's like pouting at the door.
All right. Dog duty. Dog duty calls. Duty. Duty. That is a thrilling podcast right now.
I do have something.
My balls was hot.
It's gripping.
That escalated quickly.
You're killing me, Smalls.
What did I miss?
You missed.
That escalated quickly.
You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me, Smalls.
A shot of whiskey.
That one was loud. And a Bloody Mary.
Well, did you guys see? I'm trying to find the article, but Josh Knoll tweeted something about some recent acquisitions by Big Beer.
Oh, boy.
Ballast Point. Did that get purchased?
Ballast Point's owned by Constellation.
Yeah, it's by Constellation.
But I think they sold it.
Really?
Yeah, selling.
To the internet.
Oh, okay. So the name of the article is Anheuser-Busch to acquire fast-growing Cutwater Spirits.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, so Cutwater Spirits had originally done Ballast Point that they sold to Constellation, or whoever made this. That's what they did originally, and then this is like their second project.
This is spirits, right? It's hard liqueurs.
Hard.
Hard.
Yeah. So his tweet was selling one company at Ballast Point to Constellation Brands, and
Did you see how much Ballast Point sold for in the first place?
Yeah, like wasn't it
$1 billion?
It was $1 billion.
Really?
Yeah.
When was that?
And you just think like, how the excuse my French here.
Why are you watching your swear words on this podcast?
This is more of a joke, but how in the
fucking
fuck did Goose only get like 33 million?
I know.
And that wasn't that terribly long ago.
What did Ballast Point sell? Not sale.
So what are you saying?
I don't
Am I drunk?
20.
I think I heard a niner in there. But yeah, this Cutwater Spirits, the same people that made Ballast Point, sold to Anheuser-Busch, and Josh Knoll says these guys are turning this into an Olympic sport.
Jeez.
These guys got to be loaded. Though I guess if you made a freaking $1 billion on selling your beer, you got plenty of money to go out there
and distillery or whatever,
build a distillery up, and then just turn that shit over.
Hey guys, you gave us $1 billion before. You want another one?
Yeah, how you doing?
How you
went,
I see you licking your lips over there.
Yeah, basically.
You want some of this over here? You want to get another
2015.
So 2015 and
November of 2015.
And Goose sold to InBev in
Come on, you read the book.
In 2011. So how in the hell is 4 years later? And I don't know off the top of my head how many barrels Ballast Point made, but and maybe Goose is more recognizable to me being close to Chicago and not necessarily, at a national level. That's not true. But how in the hell is this the difference between 30-something million and a freaking billion?
I know.
What?
Well, it was with the brewery and the distillery, but still.
So, yeah.
I mean, the distillery is not worth almost $1 billion by itself.
No. No, you can get equipment for to do a reasonable production for, I mean, if you get some used stuff, 500,000. If you get some top of the line shit, a couple million. I mean, that doesn't get to $1 billion.
I don't know, man. That's a crazy number.
I don't know, but when they got that check, I mean, they must. I don't know how they hid their smile to sign that before somebody was like, "Wait a minute here." We did. That's what we should. That's what we should ask Grant.
How much for you to sell out?
Yeah. That would have been a question. Like, huh? Like, because I mean, let's be honest. Dude was awesome, but he did look tired. It's got to be exhausting running your own. I mean, he knows the ins and outs of everything they're doing there.
So great.
Well, I bet that guy runs 14, 16 hours.
I was
going
to say that guy's
day.
probably working 12 plus hours a day easy.
And we just made him stay up later.
Yeah.
So Grant, how much would it take for you to sell out to Anheuser-Busch?
Well, I mean, we don't have to say who it is, but just in general.
Let's say I'm a big beer company, right? Owned by some Brazilian entity.
Just hypothetically.
Just hypothetically saying. How much would I have to give you for you to sell me your company?
Constellation Brands 2017 revenue $7.3 billion.
Shazam.
Well, they're heavy investors in the weed market.
Total assets of almost $19 billion.
Pivot. So, anyways, that's all I got. I'm done. I'm spent.
I hear Conan O'Brien was at Sam Adams this month.
Oh yeah.
Probably doing a TV spot, I would imagine.
In your face. I used to be a big Conan
buying that
fan,
Tom Brady beer,
and I'm just not anymore.
Oh, he's not bad.
But he doesn't. He walks he doesn't actually do anything or talk about anything or make fun of anything that's at like a controversial level. Like he tries to be.
Who does anymore? Fallon doesn't do squat.
I mean, no, but Colbert does.
Colbert does. I was going to say
John
Colbert.
Oliver does.
But John Oliver's not a
SNL does.
SNL. Yeah, I'm so sick of SNL though.
Yeah, but I mean, you got them. You got Trump tweeting out that there should be an investigation after the cold open. I mean, I'm not trying to get political, but I'm just saying, regardless of what side you're on, it clearly pissed off our president. So,
well, what doesn't? What doesn't piss?
They're doing something edgy.
Tweeting on the golf course.
Yeah, right.
No, I think he was in bed eating McDonald's because
SNL's
on at like 11:30 on the East Coast.
That doesn't.
No, he went golfing after he cleared the national emergency.
There's an emergency.
Okay, I'm over it.
There's an emergency. Then let me go to my golf club where illegal aliens.
Mar-a-Lago.
I got a round to play at Mar-a-Lago.
Where the illegals will carry my golf clubs for me.
But anyway.
I'm sorry, politics.
What were we talking about?
What happened here? Politics.
How did we get to this? Oh yeah,
Big
Conan. Yeah, I used to be a big fan, and I think he. I don't know if sold out's the word. I think he's all corporate now.
Well, he's all big time showbiz.
Mm-hmm.
I am polishing away this bottle quickly.
Mm-hmm. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, me too. I had some bourbon beforehand.
What bourbon were you drinking?
That's Yanmar from out of Madison.
Yanmar
Bay.
You know how you know Grant was a good guy? He's like, yeah, I noticed you were drinking some. I was thinking about getting some.
I was thinking, what the rock?
Yahara Bay. That was the last of it.
Yahara. Oh, Chad, I wanted. My name is Chad. I did save a can of the Crystal Lake barley wine. If you want it,
you have one.
I do.
I do want. I at least want the can. I mean, if you want to drink it,
I already drank it.
Okay, but you got the can.
I found that I had saved the can, so I set it aside and did not recycle it. If you still want it,
yeah, sweet. I got 3 cans in my boat can collection so far. So, yeah, definitely.
All right.
Since I have drank that one, I will
Well, I think I brought that over when you were here last time. We drank it here. Yeah.
You did. And the Imperial Stout, too.
Yeah. And I still have one of those if you need it.
Yeah.
I haven't drank that one, so we can drink that one together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got that. I don't think I have anything else with boats. Boats.
Boats.
I'm on a boat.
Boats, boobs, and booze.
You know, if we did have our own brewery, it'd be fun to name our beers because I was thinking we could have a beer that's called the Motorboat. But
start saving.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, as our listeners will find out on the interview, you know, sometimes you just gotta extend yourself and go in debt and find a bank that or some sort of investor that's going to believe in you. I don't know what that meant.
Extend
It's a little generous, don't you think?
Myself. I do not think. Oh, this is good beer. We have an exciting show tonight, guys.
Well, the interview was exciting. We're just chilling now. I mean,
it is chill. I got Val.
That was a lot of tongue. I'm a little
turned on. Huh? I'm excited over there.
It was disturbing yet arousing
yeah,
at the same
exactly.
time.
Is Trump turning our frogs gay?
That guy.
Yeah, I should go back and I've got a couple of them in my watch later list. Gonna find some more quotes.
Well, should I?
On that note, are we done?
Do you guys want to, before we part, do you want to broach
prayer
any?
real quick? Oh, sorry.
Do you guys want to broach any sports topics, or do we want to stay away from that tonight?
No,
okay.
No, unless we're gonna make fun of the White Sox.
Well, I was just saying one potential topic is your thoughts on that. Couple other tidbits out there, but we don't have to get into them. I do believe I saw on Twitter. I have not confirmed this through searching for any official articles, but I did see on the tweeters that Le'Veon Bell posted something about finally being free.
No, he posted free at last.
Free at last.
Thank God Almighty, I'm free at last.
So did they release him outright?
He's a free agent. Yeah.
So
unrestricted free agent, and he's asking for $50 million.
And I saw
he'll get it.
And once again, I have no idea if this is
Everybody's
true.
saying he won't get it.
This could be pure people throwing shade at him.
$50 million for
but I saw some people saying his weight was up to 260 during the season this past year when he wasn't playing. That could be all just horse shit. I have no idea. But I was going to ask you, Adam or Chad, do you want your respective team to take a look at him? And if they were taking a look at him, and let's just say he looks cut and ready to go, like, what would you offer him?
Well, Colin Cowherd says that he's perfect for the Packers.
Yeah, I mean, if the cap space is available, regardless of who, I mean,
So-
if a team has the cap space in order to pick him up, I think he'll get pretty close to that.
Okay, so as anybody who's listening to the show knows, I could not care less about the Packers having any sort of success at all. But just having a team to have this conversation with, Chad, let's say he comes in for a workout. He looks lean, he looks healthy, he looks fast, he looks strong. I don't know what the Packers cap space is right now. I don't know. But as a fan, like, how much would you be excited if they went and spent a bunch on him? Or at least gave him what he's asking for?
Yeah.
Like $50 million over
$1 million.
Well, I mean, the per year, he's going to want that to be over what? 3 years?
Probably 3 to 4 at the
3
most.
4. I mean, if you stretch it to 5, you're talking 10 a year, which he just turned down a tag that would have paid him 15 a year. So I don't think he's going to do that.
That's what I'm saying. He'll get it.
So
I mean,
3 or 4.
He's not going to get anything less than a 3-year contract anywhere.
So let's say 3 years, 50 million, which puts him at what per year? It's like a little over 15.
Yeah, 16, 17,
16
16
and some
half.
change. And you would be fine with that.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a fucking awesome running back. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, I
if he
like
can pass a piss test.
I like when players get paid, but I mean the NFL treats that position like such a commodity these days.
Well,
I don't know.
That's what I've heard people talking
I'm
about.
not against him. I'm just trying to have a discussion about it. I don't know.
It's going to be hard to give him the $50 million when you don't know if he's going to be out for half the season because he, peed wrong.
Or it's hard to give him the $50 million because the way teams value the position, you could get a decent guy in like the 3rd to 5th round that cost you $1 million.
Yeah, but that's an unknown quantity to start with. You most likely know what you're going to get with Bell. I mean, he's never had a down year.
A tainted pee test.
Other than the year he didn't play.
Well, I did see Coward. What's his name? Colin Coward?
Yeah.
He believes that the Packers, talking about a different Steelers player, are the perfect fit.
Oh, Brown?
For a trade to acquire downtown Brown. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm more a fan of Bell than Brown.
Are either of these guys, Chad, regardless if it's your beloved Packers or just any team that's considering signing or trading for, is there a concern about what they bring to the locker room? Or is that an unfair perception that these guys have been painted because they were just doing what players should do, but often gets treated as, oh, they only care about money, they don't care about the team type bullshit when we got billionaires getting people to build their stadiums with tax money?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there is that, but I think that all we know is how the Steelers reacted to this. We don't know. Every locker room's different.
Mm-hmm.
And every team's going to have a different way of handling situations like that, because obviously the personnel is different. You've got 53 players on every team, so there's going to be a different dynamic in every locker room. So I can't say. I don't know how a locker room would react to it.
So we won't continue to suck time on this, but let me just sum it up with a question to you. You got Le'Veon Bell, who's 27. And let's say we sign him for a 3-year deal, regardless of the team. Like I said, your Packers or just any team that could really, use some explosiveness in running back. So you're talking 27, 28, 29. Maybe he turns 28 before the season starts, so maybe it's 28, 29, 30 at, let's say, $50 million. So that's option A. Option B is to trade for Antonio Brown, so you're going to have to give up something in that trade. Mac cost 2 first rounds. Does Brown cost that much? I don't know. I think that's up to. But let's say whatever it is, it's a decent pick package, and then you take on that contract. Antonio Brown's already 30, so you're looking at like 31, 32, 30, 31, 32. I think it's about $30 million or so he's owed on that. Plus he wants a raise and or extension. If you had to go one of those routes, knowing that a lot of NFL teams value the running back position is more of a plug and play. What would you do, Chad? You're the GM.
Well,
you have the cap space to do one of those guys.
Running backs don't play as long typically.
Sure, but he is 27 as opposed to 30. But you are correct.
Yeah, but even at wide receiver, you can play into your mid to late 30s.
Potentially.
And still be. Look at Larry Fitzgerald,
sure.
Jordy Nelson. I mean, there's guys that play into their late 30s easily and are still producing what they're worth.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the Packers are set up decently in the wide receiver position for the next several years, and where they need the most help would be in running back. I mean, Jones is awesome. Williams is, as long as these guys can stay healthy, those are good tier 2, tier 3 players, but we don't have a tier 1 running back.
And in that case, you don't have to give up a pick.
Right. So that's what I would do.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, it'll be interesting to see how those two things play out. And, not to start a discussion on it, but I think it is a valid point to kind of wonder, for the last, 10 years plus, if you thought of the most stable, well-run organizations in the NFL, I think you would put Pittsburgh near the top of that list. And it's kind of strange to see all of the issues they've had the past 18 months, 24 months. And some of the things coming out is that, Roethlisberger is kind of a big old dickhead who does whatever he wants.
But I don't think he's going to last. I think he's
like 36, right?
I don't think he'll play another year or two at the most. I don't think he's got longevity there.
Regardless, I just think it's kind of weird to suddenly think of that as an unstable organization when they've been such, much like the Patriots or one of the other sort of perennial, stable, contending franchises.
Roethlisberger's 36.
Yeah, that's what I said. Thank you.
Yep.
I know my shit.
Well, he certainly seems to move like he's already in his 40s. That's the thing I observe.
He's got a can though, and the way
he does have a cannon.
The way the rules are,
but it's you still got to be able to move. You got to use your feet
a little bit. Though Brady doesn't move much, and he still just won a Super Bowl. Chad, Adam, any just general statements about Machado in San Diego?
They say the Padres are going for both of them.
Okay, well, I'll say this quick. I think it was a miss by the Sox. I think it's never good when you get beat out by the Padres. And I know that San Diego is a great place to live, but I mean,
is there salary caps in baseball?
Has anybody ever been?
No, luxury tax.
There's a luxury tax, so there's basically a soft cap. How much, if you're Adam, the GM of the Cubs or any team, and you're just trying to assess what's happening in the market, and you just watch Machado get 10 years, $300 million. Regardless if you're going to give him an offer or not, what is Harper's value right now?
I was waiting for somebody to say something. I have no idea. It's funny because I see it all over the place. I hear people say 350 and up. And I hear other people saying it's unlikely he's going to get 300. Then I see also he's turned down multiple 300 offers.
And these are 10-year contracts, right?
The ones I saw didn't list. I would assume.
My understanding is he's been offered a couple, maybe 2 or 3 10-year, $300 million.
Yeah. That is fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's like insane. That's insane. Like, I can't even fathom that dollar
it's
amount.
one thing to have like 3 million, 10 million, something between, I don't know, a couple million and 20 million, right? But you could still kind of fuck up that money, right? You could still blow a bunch of coke and go to a nice club and whatever you do and gamble. I mean, you could still find your way to stupidly, maybe it's this small business, that house, whatever it is. But man, when you get like $300 million, I mean, that's like instant generational wealth.
And not all of it's guaranteed.
In baseball, it is.
Oh, that's true. In baseball, it is.
Now, part of the reason the Sox lost out is the Sox offered, I believe it was either 7 or 8 years, $250 million, but
then there were incentives to get them to
got it to like they're speculating 320, 330.
Yeah.
But it would have been you have to get this many at bats or this. So it was all this escalator clause or incentive based.
And why would you take that when you have these guys over here?
When you have 300 guaranteed.
300.
So you get hurt, somebody hits you in the hand, you get fat, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's guaranteed.
That's nuts. And that's what I don't like, is that baseball's guaranteed and football isn't. And football is a life-altering sport.
Absolutely agree.
Where baseball really, these guys quit playing baseball, and they're, for the most part, I mean, there's some have worse injuries, but you know what I mean? Like, the number of guys who walk away from baseball just completely messed up are a small percentage
they can still walk.
Right. They can still walk, and they can still,
not have
hold
CTE.
their kids in their arms. You know what I mean? Like, not want to kill themselves because of, brain injuries and stuff like that. It's crazy.
Well, both of the MLB and the NFL CBAs are up relatively around the same time, so it'll be interesting to see if we have in the next couple of years any major work stoppages. The NFL standpoint being we need contracts to be guaranteed, and then maybe some other things about how they get paid, and then from the major league standpoint, I'm guessing they're gonna do something about too many free agents aren't getting signed, especially veteran free agents. Maybe our standard deals are 7 years is too long before we get to unrestricted free agency, things like that. Who knows? Yeah. I don't know. Anyways,
I think it'll be interesting to see now that Jamie kept telling me once one of them signs, the dominoes will fall because we have a record number of free agents right now not going anywhere, and so now it's like, okay, when are the dominoes going to fall?
When is the next time that we don't have an interview scheduled? Do you know off the top of your head?
Off the top of my head, I do not know. But if you give me a few minutes,
right?
Few minutes.
Because maybe we should get Jamie on again now that we've had some
Greg,
movement,
and then Denny,
and just get a.
What's his name?
I think it's.
That's where Chad's trying to talk.
I think it's Carl.
David Nilsson. Carl.
Right, the 13th, and then after that we have Beer by the Numbers on the 20th.
And
if you haven't watched Beer by the Number videos, Jake, you will love them because you're a numbers dork.
I'm trying to book my friend Mike Klug either on the 13th or the 27th. But if you get Jamie first, that's fine.
And we also need to get your distillery dude on.
Oh, I would love to have Jay on.
Start talking, man.
You just got. I've already asked him. He's in. I just need a date when's our next open date? Tell me and we'll get him on.
I mean,
you guys will like Jay.
13th, 27th, and then anytime after that, except no, maybe not. The 3rd and the 10th of April we can't because Bumblefuck is gone.
The 13th and the 27th of March
are open, yes.
Okay, I'll ask him tomorrow.
And then we can get Jamie in there. We can get Jamie whenever because Jamie, if you're listening, he's easy.
I mean, Jay can talk about what it took to start a distiller in Chicago. You can talk about the challenges they have with distribution.
So challenging.
You can talk
Beer
about
by the Numbers. There's Beer by the Numbers right there. Go, Pat, go. Okay, never mind. You're not on anymore. You've been cut. He likes your Oshkosh shirt. I don't know when he commented that, how long ago that was, but he likes your Oshkosh shirt.
Chatter, not that you really give a shit, but I will say the Bears cut a tight end today that saved them $6 million in cap space.
Oh, I saw a headline. I didn't read it.
Dion Sims. So we'll see what they end up doing with that money, but they don't have a lot of cap space relative to the rest of. They're probably more near the bottom of the NFL in terms of cap space right now. But they're trying to position themselves to make some free agent ads by freeing up some space. So, I don't. Do you know?
I don't.
Approximately off the top of your head. Chad, how much your
I don't know.
Your poop-colored beloved there has in cap space?
No, senor! No, senor!
I believe it's around $35 million.
Okay. Shut up! Have they made any cuts of veteran guys that were names that we would know?
Cuts.
Not that I have seen thus far.
Okay. We'll see what happens.
So to get back to beer for a moment.
And yes, I'm spot on. $35,266,000.
That's how much you have in the bank?
How many cents?
Yeah. I don't know. $760 though.
So we tried Cuvée, what did you say, 11 months ago?
Yes, 11 months ago was our 2018 Cuvée review, and a year ago was our 17 review. We did one right after the other.
Does anybody remember what it tasted like a year ago?
I don't, but when I looked it up, I gave it a 4.75 to 2018.
Really? What'd I give it?
You gave it a 2.5.
Ryan sack of shit.
Thanks, Chad.
I think that
I gave it a 5.
I think I'm on the secret scale.
The secret.
Let's see. I got 4 check-ins.
My name is Adam, and I've had enough.
That's how I feel right now.
I have not had enough.
There's a 5. There's a I drank in the shower one time.
What?
You drink Cuvée in the shower?
Who drinks Cuvée?
Cuvée is not a shower beer.
I did. I wrote best shower beer ever. So
Oh,
apparently I did.
What the fuck is going on up there, Chad?
You're killing me, Smalls.
June 20th last year.
Oh my
June
God.
20th, I drank Cuvée. There's gonna be like you're gonna find out that a neighbor like disappeared that night, and they're gonna have to deposition everybody, and you're gonna be in there talking to the cops. You're like the night of June 7th. What were you doing?
I was in the shower drinking a beer. Cuvée 2018.
I just watched a video on my phone.
And that's when the cop bitch slaps you. You don't drink Cuvée in the shower.
Yeah. Who drinks? This guy's lying. Nobody drinks Cuvée in the shower.
Nobody drinks Cuvée in the shower. Come on.
I had to be drunk because I took a picture of the bottle.
You think?
Yeah, we figured that out.
Wait,
but thank you.
Hold on. Wait, let me finish that sentence.
Yeah,
you took a picture of the bottle.
Where was it?
No,
What
in my backyard. It's sitting on the ground. In my
backyard? Is that a euphemism for something?
But
in the
I had
backyard, in the shower.
Was that the night that you were doing the fire pit with the neighbors?
Probably.
Oh boy, was a neighbor in the shower with you? Come on, everybody's asking. Everybody's wondering. I just said
Everybody was
it. So tonight, in honor of Grant being on the show, we did crack open our last bottles of Cuvée 2018. So if you're listening to the first part of our stream or the first part of the show, it's an 19% Imperial Stout, 19% Imperial Stout, aged in second use rye burls, 50% Imperial Stout, roasted coconut aged.
I already said this.
20% Imperial. I said, did you not hear me say? If you weren't listening at the beginning of the stream, did you not hear me say that? I'm repeating it for the people.
Just a review.
Jeez, 25% Imperial Stout black and 26%. Okay, fine, whatever. What do you think of it now? Numbnuts.
If you can't get along, I'm not going to give you 2019.
This is a 5. There's a ton of flavor here, and the steel line from
A
Chad.
year later, he comes up 25.
There's nothing that I can find that I do not like about this beer. This is
good.
This is good.
Stuff.
I think wasn't 2017.
What kind of new devilry is this?
I don't know.
2017 was much sweeter.
Much
But, yeah,
sweeter,
it was.
right? Yeah, I think this is cream of the crop type beer right here. I don't know if I'm right.
Oh boy,
I'm bubbling around the secret.
Boy.
Is Trump turning our frogs gay?
I'm not quite going full scale secret, but I'm contemplating it.
I think if Chad, if you do show up this weekend.
Oh, by the way, I got clearance. I can come down.
Clarence,
Oh shit. So Chad, when you come down this weekend?
when you come,
Down this weekend.
That's tonight.
All the way up. God.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, boy.
That escalated quickly.
All right. It will be interesting to try this because we just had this now. You know what I mean? Like to be able to try the 19.
I hope
Although-
Carl doesn't listen to this.
He's like, who the fuck is Carl? It'll be good. And also, if we do the 17-18 comparison with Veneration, we're going back to the interview that we didn't really talk about. I thought it was interesting that his reasoning was the drop in ABV because I don't know.
I saw lots
the
of
lack of
articles
flavor
of that.
The
Right?
lack of flavor to me, though, the flavor to me is not in the ABV.
But that was a movement, right? To do
Well, yes.
smaller volume, smaller ABV, and make your beers more sessionable.
Right.
Basically,
We've talked about talked about that before. That's like a new
it's a strategy.
thing coming
It's a
up within
movement, yeah.
the health and fitness people. Want a lower ABV.
Average craft beer, and yeah.
Fuck them. Look, go ahead and have your Michelob Ultra bullshit,
light,
but stay away from the craft. God damn it. But yeah, that's kind of a new thing. A lower ABV. People want to be able to drink more and not get wasted.
I
don't
asked
understand.
him
Did
directly.
you just sound like a monkey there?
I heard that. Somebody did a little.
I
don't have a monkey sound here. Sorry.
I asked him if they had any actual. I think I said KPIs, but data.
You did say KPIs, and I think he's like, "What the fuck?"
We're all corporate on this.
Well, I thought that was a commonly known term.
It is commonly known, but
acronym. I mean, key performance indicator.
What are you wearing?
I thought I was looking for him to say.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so
something to the effect of, well, we have distributed 10% more.
He was expecting a corporate answer.
Well, he knows his business shit. I mean, he clearly does. So I was looking for evidence that they had collected that this was the right business decision, and the only evidence that they had thus far was rather anecdotal. So I don't know that
anecdotal.
So I'm not.
My name is Chad.
I'm not 100% convinced that was the right move.
It doesn't matter if anybody tells you low ABV is the future. You won't believe them anyway.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but that doesn't mean I'm wrong either.
Okay. Whatever. He's done. All right. Well, this weekend, I guess.
Yeah, this weekend. Let me know what days.
Went on a nerd, guys.
He scores.
You know what? You're like my wife when you get in space. You just get lost.
That's fair.
He never gets laid.
Miss Britt is helping with a new litter of puppies this weekend, so I can either day is fine.
What?
Not ours.
Are you going to get a new puppy out of this, Chad?
Yeah.
No.
Is there some chance of
He
that?
already
happening?
has like 15.
I was going to say, I don't.
The city's getting ready to come in and shut down this puppy mill he's got going here.
Chad's like watching that movie 101 Dalmatians right now.
The city will ask us to leave. Our landlord will be like,
dog orders.
Does your landlord know how many dogs you have?
No.
They think we have 3.
And how many do you really have?
5.
And soon 6.
No.
Soon
No.
6.
6 is good.
Mark my words.
6 is good.
Chad.
Seinfeld reference.
Oh, yeah.
My balls was hot. I just got to do number 2.
I'm
done.
Going into the secret scale this time.
2 beers.
Okay. You gotta keep
Oh,
going. You gotta
okay.
keep going with that?
Great,
All
okay.
right. We gotta guess.
Cool.
Jeez.
You're killing me, Smalls.
It's almost as high as it gets. Not vanilla death level, but 5.5.
How high does it get, Chad?
As high as I want it to go.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not that. I mean, this is as high as it gets. How does it go? Infinity. And I gave it a 5.5.
I was gonna say, if it's
well,
infinity, 5.5 isn't that high.
Right. It's pretty
Well,
low.
so far, nothing has gone higher than 5.75. So probably 6 would be the highest.
It's a
Sounds
little
like
bit.
He's making it up as he goes.
It's a little
really.
bit different than infinity.
Right. It was a really good beer. I'm going to give it a 72. I thought you said 6 was the highest. I made it up.
It's very cryptic. Just try to follow along.
He's a woman. That's what he just said.
My name is Chad.
All right.
All right, boys. Well,
This can only get worse. Jesus, take the wheel.
oh God, please don't. I've seen his driving. I don't want anything to do with it.
You don't know where you're going.
You have no idea. Oh God, it's so profound and so true. All right. Well, as far as
My name is Chad.
It's Jake from State Farm.
there we go.
I lost sound.
You like that? Well, because you're hitting fucking shit all over the table, dude. I guess we're done, right? That it? Are we done? Because I'm about to hit the button in the show.
Later,
Okay.
Chad.
We're the 3 best friends that anyone could have. We're the 3 best friends that anyone can have. And we're always gonna hang out.